Alright, hello everyone, so let's take a look at the market. Today's gold. Now with gold, as you know, I did say we'd come down here, okay? So if you sold yesterday, I sold twice yesterday. On one of them I got stopped out, I made a note of it as well. And the second one I did make it, and as you can see, it came all the way down into the target zone, and yesterday it went well as well. Alright, so it's just nice and easy to follow through. Now if you're down here and you took profit, you should be okay, because that was the zone. Remember, we had 3,250, and also on the weekly we still have that last target there, 3,196. Now if you want to keep selling down into 3,196, do it with caution, because we hit the rectangle. Okay, so do it with a bit of caution. It's still doable. It can still come down there. We don't have a swing day today on this one. It's tomorrow. So basically that's it. So this is pretty much finalized. Okay, we're either going to wait till the end of the day. If we're hanging around here somewhere, we can buy tomorrow to go up. Okay, because tomorrow can be an up day, but we are where we said we would come to. Okay, the green box, and we've tapped it, and I'd marked it there as well, and that round figure 3,250. So if we push down a little bit more, it shouldn't be a surprise, okay, because of the weekly PST, but it doesn't necessarily have to. It can also do it next week. Okay, so we can muck around here. Next week it'll be slightly higher, but should still be in the green box, and then they can buy as well. Okay, you can see next week's swing days as well for gold. And yeah, alright, so that went out well. So all you can do is basically chill out. If you made money on it, great. If you want to enter again and sell again, do it with a smaller lot size. Okay, yesterday I think it was a good day. As you can see, it was just like a nice day to trade as well. Also knowing from Friday and Monday, this is going to be a swing days, Friday and Mondays. Those are the highs, as you can see. Tuesday was good to sell. Wednesday was good to sell. So we came into the target. We still might have a little bit more room. If you're going to sell it, do it from the highs. It could be from here as well, because this is the close off yesterday. All right. The low off yesterday, I'm sorry. From here as well, pushing it down a little bit, but do it with a smaller lot size. Don't take heavy risk, because we're like pretty much done with the move. This could all be choppy around here, okay, so don't get chopped out. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, as you know, swing day was Monday and Friday. So I said, we're swinging. If we swing down, there was two opportunities for this one, right? We were either going to break out, okay, push up, and that was the first thing I thought. It was going to be a PST breakout, but as you can see later on, we turned around. So this made sure that we're going the other way. So selling it on Wednesday, market coming down. So if you traded the euro dollar, you should have sold there, not there, obviously, okay, because that's a high. So you want to push it back up into a trading hour to sell off, okay. And if you did that, if you sold here, okay, this is 12 o'clock, right? This is a 15-minute chart. So if you sold on the next bar here, because we were at the highs, the only thing that was here was the gap, which you should have known about if you took trading from me anyway. Okay, so the market just filled in the gap at the trading hour, nice and easy, okay, and then sold off. So your stop loss should have been just above there. Okay, so it wasn't a far off stop loss, nice and easy. You would have covered very quickly, pushed down into there very quickly, and then the market, as you can see, I said it was going to be a little volatile in New York. That's your New York, and market pushing right into the targets, as we said, okay. 47, those are targets. They did it yesterday. Today that's done, so we're all honky-dory. Now look, we still have a bit more room to go down here, and this could also be tested nicely, okay. And if it is tested, we'd like to be there. We can even break down and come further down next week, I don't know. All right, but today is not a swing day, so You can either follow it down. If you do, like I said with gold, do it with a smaller lot size, because we've come to targets on the daily, on the weekly. That's 57, 11.52, but it might do it next week. Okay, that's also an option. I don't know. It might do it tomorrow. Okay, we don't know. So Thursday is a bit tricky now. Okay, and there's a big fall there. You see how the market likes to come to the PST targets. It just gets there. All right, it just gets there, comes there, and now they'll want to fill this up. Okay, so this is going to be, there's going to be an up move from here. So, you know, this could be a sideways. If you want to keep selling, do it from the top. So I don't blame you. Do it at the right time, at the right price, and don't just, you know, don't be in chop zones. Don't lose what you made all week. Okay, so trade carefully. Don't get in a rush. Now SP 500, I had 3 trades in this yesterday. One got stopped out. Let's check it out. SP 500. Okay, one I closed manually because that was going pear-shaped. Okay, one I got stopped out, one I covered the trade. Okay, so that wasn't a lot anyway. I don't know why I entered a small amount on that one. Never mind. Okay, but that's how it is. Now, this turned out to be a breakout, didn't it? On a Wednesday. That was Monday. Wednesday we had a pause. Now the next one is going to be Friday, tomorrow. I talked about this because of the gap, remember? So we've got room to push. Now this could push up. If you want to follow it up, wow. Okay, it's just okay. Same with this. If you want to buy, okay, this is just weird. Let's check out the PST on the daily, the weekly. 61. Yesterday I took a look at that, and that was like, well, that was far out. So I said that was far out, and I didn't want to mark it in, and it was far out. But wow, I don't think. Okay, I'm not going to say I don't think. Okay, whatever you want to do with this one, no buying here. This gap has to be filled. Okay, so they'll want to push this down. If they want to buy again, you want to buy in this zone here. Okay, between the opening daily, this zone is okay to buy, or here, but be careful. They might want to close gap. Okay, because that's the high of yesterday. It's a good thing I manually got out of that trade, because I sold again here. Okay, and luckily I didn't get stopped out on that one. But afterwards, in the evening, I just closed that trade off. But that would have been okay for you guys if you sold yesterday. Okay, at the right time, at the highs, if you sold, you should have been okay. And then it just went pear-shaped. But enough to cover the trade, enough to manage the trade, enough to move stops and everything. Enough for day trading anyway. Okay, so now what? Now, I don't know. Okay, so this is a bit tricky. This should come back to close gaps if it does, and if you want to buy at the lows, you can, but it's just 345, 345. Oh, that's your 345 there. Okay, so that made a high. Nice. Okay, so fair enough. So we should, and that's 755. There. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so we should probably come down into 10 o'clock. Alright, so this should probably come down into 10 o'clock. There. 10 o'clock is important. 12:55 is important. Okay, then we're going to have a bit of a mess. It's going to be a bit volatile. Okay, if you don't like volatility and you want to stay out of the jazz, you got to wait for 315. Okay, so if you don't want to take the 1250, you can wait for the 315. If we find direction at 315, it should If it turns around or if it finds direction, it should keep going at least until 7:15. Okay, but probably further on. Okay, probably further down, further up or down, depending on where it's going. And then Friday we are going to have a swing day. Okay, so for those of those assets with the Friday swing day, we will get what we want. Okay, so you might want to trade accordingly. If you're trading with time as well, you can see, look, this is a top zone here, right? So the market's made a high, mucking around here, trading hour. If you sell anywhere, you got to just do it above here. You got to put your stop losses above here a little bit and just push it through. Now we know that this is turning around, probably going to go until 10 o'clock. So it's good for scalping if you know these hours in advance. Okay, so which you guys all knew in advance. So let's take a look at Dow Jones. All right, Dow Jones. Now then, all right, it's the same kind of setup. So same thing here, guys. If you sold yesterday, okay, on that one, we had, did I mention 4 o'clock on Wednesday? It should go to 4 o'clock. So if you entered on that one, you would have gotten stopped out on that one if you entered the high and then it just went down. Okay, so that was that. Luckily, I was just above the SP 500. Wasn't this volatile, but the Dow apparently, yeah, it was a bit unfortunate, but stuff happened. So market comes down. Here we have the same scenario. Okay, on the daily, this is still a sell zone in my opinion. I don't see any gaps here. These are all filled in. Okay, tomorrow I'd be happy to sell again if we're up here. Okay, tomorrow I don't trade. Actually, tomorrow there won't be a video either because I'm taking mum to the hospital. But yeah, this zone is tricky. Okay, so tomorrow, see where we're at. Okay, if we're up here and you want to sell down, you can. If you're using your PST, mark your PST levels. This 64 is 43,443. On the weekly, it's a good buy. It's at 55, 42,938. 42,938. There, mark that in. That's the weekly. All right. So if it does something crazy and come up here, you want to sell, you can. That's clean. Okay, on the PST it's clean. Okay, that's that. 43.47 is a weekly gap. So, but this zone is okay to sell tomorrow if we get up there. So you want to do the same thing as with the SP500. If you want to buy it, just make sure you're buying it either from the green line at the trading hour or down here because of the gaps. Okay, so be mindful. If they take it up and then they just smash it down, they're going to fill all these in anyway. Okay, so, and also I would trade with a smaller than usual lot size. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, this turned into an up. Okay, so I got Monday there. Monday. Tuesday, it sold a little bit, kept going. So Friday, we need to end up somewhere. It could be at the closing of Friday, so you have to be careful. At the end of the day, this is the zone. Okay, that's the zone. So we should get into 21,882 if they're going to sell off again. All right, and we'll see how that pans out. But this is a sell zone. You might want to wait for next week then, since Friday is a swing day, and then next week, if we're at the highs, we can look to sell off. Okay. And that's how it is. That's that. Obviously, that turned into a Monday, Tuesday follow through. Okay, remember we had the same thing with gold Monday, Tuesday from the highs, right? And this is Monday, Tuesday from the lows. Indices in gold pretty much are going in opposite directions. So if we got Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, Monday, then you can check from the other side of the indices as well. This is 71. It's 21,996, 21,986. Okay, so 21,996. 986, and 996 is somewhere there. Okay, pretty close to it, as you can see. So this zone is also possible if they want to sell it off, but like I said, it's not a swing day. All right, so see how things go, and only trade at the trading hours when the price is right. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, all right, so this Sunday sold off yesterday. That's 4 o'clock. See, that didn't make any upwards move. It just smashed straight down at 4. Okay, this is this is London pre-trade session. So New York pre-trade session, they pretty much did the same thing, just shoved it all the way down. So what to do with this today? So Thursday is a Bitcoin swing day, so we should buy then, shouldn't we? Okay, so swing day is buyable. Where from is a question. No, I wouldn't do it. If it goes up again, you can sell again. I just don't like it. If you're going to do intraday trading, okay, nothing big and hefty, like you can buy the lows at the trading hours. Okay, but that's about it. I wouldn't go against that breakout. I'm not going against that. You want to sell again, take a shot at 65. That's 110,308. 110,308 is somewhere there. Okay, that's about it. If you want to buy the lows just for intraday trading, okay, I don't mind doing it at the trading hours. So that's 755, as you can see, the market buying there. So this will probably push into 10 o'clock. Okay, and at 10 o'clock the market can keep pushing up, breaking out into 1250. Okay, so we could like kind of flow up into there, which is fine, and then see how things pan out at 3:15. So today 3:15 is going to be important. All right, and that's about it. I wouldn't do anything heavy with this. If it goes up and you want to sell at 3:15 down as well, let's do it. This is a good buy kiss. Okay, so 59 is 107,993, guys. It's just not, I just don't like it. Okay, it's your call. Okay, because I don't like this one. I wouldn't, I don't know. It's a swing day. I'd like to buy the low, but okay, let's do this. Well, this is a support zone. I don't know. All right, so I'm just not buying it at the highs. Just not me. So see how you go if you're going to trade it or if you're going to leave it alone. It's Thursday. Things might come at the end of Thursday or at 3:15 as well. So 3:15 actually is not a bad place for the market to turn around as well. Okay, so you can wait for that and chill out and see how things go. Don't have to rush the trade. Okay, good luck and have a good weekend.